I don't know how I'm live. I have zero cell phone service. It tells me SOS up top. Uh, that's that is the frustration. That's part of my frustration for the last couple of days, guys. You know, if you're just tuning in, if you've never watched before, last year I had a stroke and I was very fortunate. It was a very light one. It didn't affect my motor skills, but it's really affected my mind, my thinking, and yeah. So, anyways, I was a little excited because I was going through some boxes, and I happened to pull some stuff out of the box here, which I got brand new boots, which I need for Herbie, and then I found uh, these fuel pump bases. So take a look at this. This is an aftermarket one. Look at the hole. It's off center. This is a original Volkswagen one, as you can see the VW part number. But this is garbage. I bought this. I don't know if I bought it from CIP or J-Bugs back in the day. I think I did a review on my channel for this. But look at the holes in this for oil compared to this one. But I got these spacers for the master cylinder, which is good, that I found. So excited I found those. But the thing that I was most excited about was I finally found my missing VIN plate for Herbie here. In 2018, I pulled, well, the brake fluid reservoir had ruptured and it's split right around here at the bottom. All the fluid poured out in here, completely ate the paint off. I replaced it, and you can see this. I don't know why this is eating the paint off here, but I put plastic down here so it wouldn't eat through. And I think mostly it's doing well. But I had a shop paint the car in here, and they also did the hood, and they did a horrible job matching the hood. They painted it like 3 times and it didn't match, so I told them just forget it. Brought it home. Anyways, after the fact, I noticed some bubbling in here, and sure enough, look at that, it's rusting. So these guys didn't do a good job repairing it. They also they messed up some other things here. But you see this is where the bracket goes for the horn. It's actually split the body right there. That's gonna have to be fixed. But anyways, I had taken off the VIN plate so they could completely paint in here, and I misplaced it. So I'm so excited that I finally have this. And what I mentioned about the stroke earlier is that I've decided that I can't wait any longer for I just got to get projects done that need to be done. You know, if I have parts like this that are sitting around, I need to just go and put it on. There's not going to be any waiting. So that way I'll get pretty much everything I have done, if that makes sense to you. So I got my wife's MGB here that was hit in the back. And if you guys can see that dented rear panel there. So I replaced the license plate lights. These are smashed out. This was pushed in. I got it so that the trunk can actually open it without hitting it. So that's gonna be repaired. But at least I got that piece on. Don't have to worry about it. Tomorrow, well today, January 17th, is the Henry Depot VW show in Sanford. There's also a Euro meet in St. Augustine. I'm not going to either one of those. Obviously, I'm home because really, I don't like driving far distances anymore and dealing with the traffic. So if it's back roads, I'm good, but otherwise, not so much. Anyways, we're having a Quaker Steak Bug Fest, which is tomorrow. That is in memory of Oval Joe, who put that on. He also did the Oval Rated show. This was his bust front end. Now I spent a few days last week working on this. I put the lights, well, only one light, I had one, and I put both headlights in it so it looks nicer. I cleaned up the paint, and we're gonna be transporting this to the show. So it's a little bit awkward, it's a little bit heavy. I have no way to transport this and bring any of my Volkswagens to the show, so I won't be bringing my VWs to the show. Yeah. Let's see. Does that look like it's drip? Okay. So anyways, gonna get that done. Herbie here, get that vent plate riveted back on. That'll be no problem. The main thing, the way I'm gonna attack this is I've got to get Ocho's engine pulled out. He needs a refreshing. Most likely, I'm gonna try to do just a top end rebuild on it, and we'll see how that goes. But once I get that done, then I've got to pull the engine and transmission out of Herbie, get the new transmission in, and hopefully once that's done, the car will be able to drive nice again. The engine that's in this car is pretty tired, so I've got to think about what I'm going to do. I do have over here in the corner of the shop, I do have this engine, which is a 1641 that I can put in, and then I have this engine, which is a unknown 1600. So my thought was to put the 1641 in here, and then I had bought a rebuild kit to rebuild, well, a 1641 for Herbie. And what I was going to do is I'm going to take the pistons and cylinders from that, and I was going to put them in Ocho. Yeah, but we've got low compression on one cylinder. Yeah, if you guys didn't tune in before the last video update I did, yeah, my cat likes to use the tires as scratch toys. Last video update I did was installing these mirrors. I think this is a great alternative to the Class 11 style mirrors. I just had to do a little bit of modification to this bracket, just cut it, and they bolt right in. Of course, I had to put inserts in for them to bolt in, but they cover the factory mirror hole perfectly, and the vent window can open fully. So that's nice. Anyways, about 12:15 on Saturday, and again, I just wanted to give you an update of what's going on. Finally got some time to work. Yeah, got a lot going on, yeah. You're asking which one's Kyle, you want to know is a manual, which one? Well, actually, it doesn't matter because they all are manuals. Everything you see is a manual transmission. Yeah. So I'm gonna try to let's see. I was doing some driving, filming, so I got my tripod in the car. This is what I use to see if I can set you guys up. Oh. You're running live on YouTube.
Oh, you're on live?
Yep.
Oh, can I just ask you a quick question?
Yep.
Am I able to use the car wash stuff so I
Yeah,
can bring
of
my
course.
car out back?
Yeah.
Alright. I'm just gonna eat chili real quick and then I'll be out.
Okay.
Alright, thank you.
That's my nephew. All right. Here we go. You guys can see that. All right, let me get my rivet gun. So you guys can see this is a rivet gun. These are some rivets. So first thing I got to do is find out what size these holes are. So okay, these are the smallest ones I have. Unfortunately, they fit. Looks like we need to do a little bit of work on this first. So let me take you with me. Kind of mess around here. Haven't done much to clean up my projects. So this vent plate is a little bit nasty. First thing I'm gonna do is just tap the holes. Just trying to get it smooth and get the dents out of it. Gotta figure out what I'm gonna clean this with. This is a cheap device that I got off of Temu. Can't run this very long, it'll but I'm just gonna see. All right, I'll put some cleaner on it. Let's see what we'll do. Of course, it's missing now. The chrome cleaner that I have for this is gone. All right, so let's see. Let me see what I'm missing here. So you're asking if I have a 74 Golf. No, I've never owned a, the earliest Rabbit I ever had was 77. Oh, thanks for subscribing, by the way. You know, if you guys hit the likes on the video, it will actually help out quite a bit. You know, I've been doing this channel for 5 years now. I've been on YouTube for quite a while, but I have a different channel. And YouTube keeps changing their increments of what you have to hit in order to make money. And every time I get close to what it is, they change it again. So as you see, I have over 1,000 videos on the channel, but I am not monetized in any way. So not that the intent was to make money per se. I just hope that the channel would be something that would just be of interest and, you know, show people I'm just a regular guy who likes to work on VWs as a hobby. All right, since I can't find my metal polish, I'm just gonna see what this does. This is a brass brush. The goal is not to make it like sparkling clean, but I just want to get it. Yeah, that looks nicer. Yeah, that's good enough so that it looks nice, but not too nice. Yeah, you can buy these plates now, and they can be installed on your car. Still recording? Okay, good. All right, so we've got to check our rivet gun so that you've got different size for different size rivets. See, that's too loose. That's really tight, and this really big. This one's about right. So make sure we put it on with a what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this other one in just to make sure this doesn't move when I'm riveting it. There it is, that's one. This rivet gun is kind of a cheap one from Harbor Freight, but it's got a pivoting head, which is nice. So you can get into these areas here. All right, so. There it is, back in business. Looks like original. Can't read any of your comments because I had the thing in the way. So let's see what we got. Okay. yeah, you were giving me a hints, but I couldn't see the screen. So that's good to go. We have that out of the way, which is great. Don't have to worry about that anymore. One of the things that I've been lacking in doing is I typically had too many projects going on at the same time, which is why it's a little bit messy in here. So if you guys haven't watched before about this welder, I've gone all these years and I've never learned to weld because I always had friends that were professional welders. So I'm going to take it upon myself to learn. See how I was sewing because I was going to take on this seat, but I got too much going on. I've got the seats, the transmission for the car, seats for that car. This tire was original 1963. It's the only one when I bought the car in '94. I did not paint this wheel. I left this the original paint. I painted the other four wheels before I put the widened wheels on here. This tire is a brand new white wall. It looks kind of dingy, but it's a brand new white wall that I picked off, believe it or not, I got it through walmart.com. But at the time, this was on sale. I think it was $65, something like that. It varies in price. If you're looking for white walls for your VW, it's a good choice. Now this, if you got a VW, chances are you probably have an issue where it's hard to get the tire in and out. You can see this comes out pretty easy. This car's never been hit in the front. However, if they've been hit, it's going to be tough to get a tire in and out. Stock tire size, the closest thing to an original bias ply tire is a 155. That's what this is, 155/15. So it fits perfect in here. Always carry some spare oil. Let's see what else we got in here. Looks like we got a fender bolt and a hood bolt. Not sure what that goes to. And I got something else here. That's the trouble with yeah, I don't remember what this goes to. That's unfortunate. So we'll leave it in that bag. So that's one project that's done. One of the things I have to do on this car is I've got to replace the heater cable. So I've gone in here before and I've tried to take this knob off, not this, but that. That's what holds the cable in, but without I didn't want to damage it, but I tried to get it out with pliers, vice grips. Doesn't want to budge. So I think I may end up just, wrenching it off. If I damage it, I'll get another piece. But that's the only way to replace the heater cable. I'm in Florida. It doesn't usually get that cold here, but on occasion, you do need to have heat. It's nice to ride with the rack top open in a cold day. But yeah. All right, so I've got to do some shifting of cars, move it around. So I'm not sure where I'm going to start. Yeah, it's pretty amazing how the sun it shines off the house so brightly. It's like you can't see very well. So here, from the back side, you can see really well. Yeah, it's nice and bright. Clear out. We got another cold front. It's supposed to be raining tomorrow, which is a shame because we got this car show tomorrow. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. And I've got to tote this thing around too. But I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go, because be a lot of dead space with me moving cars around. So thanks for those who tuned in. Appreciate it. If you could give a thumbs up if you haven't, I'd appreciate that too. And check out my music videos that I've posted. I've actually made 3 music videos. They're original songs that I created. I used a combination of, I wrote the lyrics for them and I used AI to do the music. So they came out really good. I'm very pleased with them. And the videos go along with the songs too. So if you check them out, give them a like. And I plan on doing more. Over the years, I've written a lot of songs. I've just never had the musical talent to make them come to fruition. So with AI now, that's a creative outlet where somebody who doesn't know all the musical tricks can actually do something. So that'll be the next thing. I'll be posting more, and you'll see them if you subscribe and you get the notifications. Anyways, take care, guys.